It's Hip Hop Nation, straight hip hop hits, period. The Sarge OQ Revue. Now we got the future of boxing up in here today. And I say the future of boxing because I'm a believer. I drank the Kool-Aid. You know, the hype is real. What I see is a person who's chomping at the bits, but at the same time he's Texas humble. Errol Spence Jr. is with us. How you feeling, champion?
Feeling great.
Now I say champion because, you know, I just feel like I feel as though, you know, after watching your career and following you so closely and listening to all the accolades that have come down from, you know, in my opinion, the greatest of all time, Floyd Mayweather. You know, and I do watch all of the blogs, the Boxing Voice, Dante's Boxing Nation, and all that stuff like that. You know, are you where you want to be right now, or are you still chomping at the bits?
I'm definitely still chomping at the bits, but I'm where I want to be. I'm fighting on NBC main event. That gets no bigger. The only thing bigger than that is pay-per-view.
Okay.
So I'm fighting on NBC main event at the Barclay Center.
April 16th.
And I've only been pro 3 years, so that shows my team has a lot of confidence in me and in my abilities.
But you've been, you know, you went the Olympic circuit, and normally when I was just looking at the history of boxing, like when people come out of the Olympics and whatnot, they're on a fast track to like just a title. Chris Algieria, a former champion.
Yep.
You know, but is this where we want to be right now? And is he the level of fighter, you know, that you think you're ready for? Because I think that you're ready for the, you know, one of the alphabet belts.
Well, this is what I have to go through. You know, to get to the alphabet belts and get to the more name-known opponents, have to go through a guy like Chris Algieria, a tough, you know, rugged fighter that put on great fights. He had a great fight with Amir Khan. Some people say he won that fight. So to get to where I want to be, I have to go through this guy, and I'm ready for it. Just to go back what you said, the history part, like Evander Holyfield, he was an ex-Olympian. He 13-0. He won a world title. He was fighting tough opponents. You look at guys like Measure Taylor and Pernell Whitaker, De La Hoya, all these guys. We got to get back to that, where the ex-Olympians, you know, that's their quality. That's like somebody, you know, first round, you know, coming out of college. That's the quality. So, you know, I was looking to step up when I was 14, 15-0. I was calling out named on opponents and trying to fight, you know, these top guys, because, you know, I know my abilities. I know what I can do in the ring. And
your skill set says that, in the sense of, you know, we've heard all of the training camp lures and the stories of, you know, you actually sparring with some of these guys who are champions now. Did you actually spar with Floyd too?
Yeah, I sparred with Floyd. I sparred with Floyd, Lamont Peterson, Sean Porter, Adrian Bronner, Jorge Linares. I sparred with a lot of guys. That's at the top level right now.
So your name was actually in like I'm saying, you know, we still got Chris Algieria in front of us. April, like I'm fighting too in front of us.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm Team Spence already, goddammit. Before you print out the hats. But you got Chris Algieria in front of you, but your name was kind of rumored in the conversation with the Keith Thurmans and some of these other guys. But yet, you know, it felt like they kind of dispelled you or kind of postponed you. You know, particularly Keith Thurman, like he's not ready and he hasn't fought the kid. But you know what? I'm looking down the line of opponents that some of these guys are fighting. Why aren't the top welterweights eager to fight each other like that? Or just is the politics of boxing?
Like Keith Thurman, he wrote me out. He hasn't fought anybody. He hasn't done this. Chris Algieria, he's that guy now. He's the guy that once I beat him, I fought somebody. So what's your excuse now? And that's just the boxing business. You know, I'm not a prospect anymore, but some people see me as a prospect turn into a contender. And these guys who's already established, they don't want to fight, you know, a young prospect because they have everything to lose. They have everything to lose and nothing to gain to fight, you know, a guy who's trying to make a name.
Yeah.
A young lion like myself. So those guys don't want to fight me.
Now the parallel of that is, traditionally in boxing, some of the greatest, names in the sport have been some of the more boisterous, personality-wise. Yeah. Do you get that knock that your personality in your kind of low-key demeanor in this boisterous society of, even Evander Holyfield when he was the like the gracious champ.
Yeah.
But now you got this Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all this stuff like that. When folks are asking folks to be boisterous, do you think that that's a little bit of a knock on you, with being that your personality is such?
That comes with territory. Everybody wants that bad guy, but I wouldn't be true to myself if I would turn into, a Floyd Mayweather or Adrian Broner. Mm-hmm. And you have guys like Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't, going around cocky and talking noise. People say Sugar Ray Leonard had good looks. He fought well in the ring. Mm-hmm. And, he was exciting. So people automatically cling to him. And I think that's what a lot of fans are going to do with me.
Mm-hmm. So, and once again, I just want to know, like, in anticipation of a title defense, how do you not look past? I know boxing is a very dangerous sport. How do you not look past a guy like Chris Algieria, who kind of, the Provodnikov fight was just a battle of attrition. Yeah. But how do you not look past a guy that has a couple of losses since then on his record?
I don't look past him because I'm a boxing fan. I watch boxing all the time, mm-hmm. and I see a lot of guys that I was an amateur with losing. They losing to the guys they supposed to beat. They losing to, guys like a Chris Algieria, guys that are lesser than Chris Algieria. Mm-hmm. So watching these guys lose is motivation enough because, I don't want to be in that position where I'm a top prospect or I'm a top contender and I lose to a guy that I should have beat. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stay focused. I'm not where I want to be. And if when I get to where I want to be, I'm going to stay focused and train hard to keep my belts and keep my titles. So I'm 120% focused on Chris Algieria.
Speak on some of the frustrations that you see, particularly in the future, because I see the particular like with Floyd laying down a template of the standard by which we're looking at boxing. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, when we in that barbershop and you hear that barbershop talk about, oh, well, he didn't fight this one, didn't fight that one, but then when you look down the list, he fought Canelo, he fought De La Hoya, he fought, he I remember the Diego Corrales fight that I thought he was gonna get. Yeah. This is before I jump on the Floyd Mayweather bandwagon. Like that Diego Corrales fight, I said, this guy can get his ass whipped, and he just blanked Diego Corrales. But you don't see, particularly within the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, where all of the talent lie. You don't see these guys like just coming together to make these super great fights. Do you see this as in the future, as particularly with the networks and whatnot? Do you see it as an obstacle to where you want to be, and I'm assuming just like hip hop, you want to be the greatest of all time? Do you see this as being an impediment?
Definitely, because to me personally, it's too many fighters great fighters at 147, young in their prime, and nobody's sticking out right now except for Floyd Mayweather, and he's mm-hmm. Supposedly retired. So I want to be that guy. If I get a world title or if I get to the top, I want to fight the next best fighter or the guy they say who's better than me or whoever has the belt. Because I want to unify all the titles. I want to take it back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s. When the goal was to unify the belts and mm-hmm. Become the undisputed world champion of your weight class. That shows that you reign at that weight class and you're the best.
Mm. So my man, what's his name? Damn, goddamn, I got his name right here. Oh, Danny Garcia. He got an O on his record. You got an O on yours. Keith Thurman. Sean Porter is bounced back, but Danny Garcia and the whole landscape of stuff is on your side of the fence as it pertains to networking and all stuff like that. Once we beat Chris Algieria, because I know that's how you think and that's how you feel, who would you like to step up to? Even though I know you're not looking past anybody, but what would be your, with a title shot be the next thing in line, and with who?
Currently I'm the number one, next to Bizier, who's fighting Kell Brook.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm the mandatory now to fight Kell Brook for the IBF. So if that don't go through, I'm open. I want to fight Danny Garcia. I want to fight the winner out of Keith Thurman, Sean Porter when they do fight in a later date. I want to fight these top guys. I want to reign supreme over all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be that guy. I want to be that Floyd Mayweather. I want to be that Sugar Ray Leonard. I want to be that guy who reigned over his weight class. And it's no doubt that who's the best 147-pounder in the division.
Yeah, I want you to start calling. I like that. I want to start calling out guys so that we can be like, you know what, damn it, I want to fight you, etc., etc. As opposed to, we tap dancing around and wait until the end of the fight and the interview at the end of the fight. Well, let my manager. No, I want to fight you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I want to ask you? How often do you meet with Al Heyman, and where the hell is Al Heyman? Is it like Osama bin Laden thing where he's like in the goddamn cave somewhere? Y'all keep in the cave. You got to go to Colorado in a silo. What's going on?
He's in the dungeon working. I talk to Al a lot.
You talk to Al like the Charlie's Angels? He's on the phone or some shit, or do you go see Al?
No, I talk to him.
Okay. You don't even know it yet.
I talk to him a lot, and he just encouraged me to stay patient, stay focused, and you're gonna get what you want pretty soon. You just keep winning, keep looking great, and that's the main objective. I'm fighting on the Prime Network.
Yeah, it's it's part of the PBC thing, right?
Part of PBC, I'm getting the exposure. As long as I keep winning in this spectacular fashion I've been winning in, these guys, they're going to have to step up because the fans are going to demand it. It's Zero back in the day.
Slim Thug and them guys?
I don't really listen to Slim Thug, but Zero, I used to listen to Zero way back in the day. Like his mixtapes and everything.
Yeah, and I'm going to wrap this up by saying this, man. Honestly, the one thing that I love about you, and it's a reflection on your family and your team, and you mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard and some of them other guys, even Floyd Mayweather. I understand how Floyd came in the game, but I love how he matured towards the end of his career and how he handled his business. But you coming in the game with a lot of class and a lot of dignity. Now, I'm not saying that just because of your demeanor and your personality, but it just seems like it's ingrained in what you do and who you are. So what I'm saying, I just wish you a whole bunch of success. And I think that you'll be and I don't like to put that role model thing because we all make mistakes, we all are flawed. But I think that you'll be a great role model coming into the mainstream of boxing media, that brings the sport back to where it's supposed to be. And honestly speaking, what people really want is to see people knocking people out, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hey man, Errol Spence Jr. Next year, this interview is gonna be worth 10 million views. Nah, but this year, April 16th, man, Barclay Center. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
It's Hip Hop Nation.
We don't care what Al is.
Nice shot.
Keep doing what